Hello everyone, this is Nisha from Mullaithivu Sri Subramaniya Vidyasalai. I welcome you all to our channel. Today for grade 5, we are gonna learn about a sports or a game. So here we are going to look at a game. So, my dear children, to make this lesson useful, I have a video to share with you. Now, before starting our lesson, you have to watch that video. That video refers today's lesson. So, are you all ready to watch my video here? Yes, I hope so. You will enjoy that video. So here I'm going to share that video. Okay, my dear children, this is the time to watch the video. Keep enjoying.
The Netball Federation of Sri Lanka announced the 12-player squad for the 2019 Netball World Cup, which will be held in Liverpool, England from the 12th to the 21st of July. The squad was approved by the Minister of Sports, Hari Fernando. The Netball Federation of Sri Lanka has retained almost the same squad that were crowned the undisputed champions at the Asian Netball Championship in 2018, with the exception of one player. The only change being Deepika Darshini replacing Surekha Gamage. The team will be captained by Chaturangi Jayasuriya, who led Sri Lanka to the Asian Championship, with Tilaka Dasa as the head coach. Former Asian youth winning captain U.Nithrsana will act as the vice captain of the team. Nauchali Rajapaksha, Dulangi Wannitilaka, Dulanga Dhananji, and Elilantini Setukavalar will be making their Netball World Cup debuts. 2011 World Cup's best shooter, Tharjini Sivalingam, will be making a return to the big stage after missing out on the 2015 edition and will be hoping to replicate her form from 8 years ago. Darshika Vikrama, Hasita Mendes, Deepika Darshini, Gayanjali Amarwansa and Tilini Wattegedara were all part of the team that participated in the 2015 World Cup. The Sri Lanka squad for the 2019 Netball World Cup: Chaturangi Jayasuriya, U.Nithrsana, Tharjini Sivalingam, Darshika Vikrama, Tilini Wattegedara, Gayanjali Amarwansa, Hasita Mendes, Deepika Darshini, Dulangi Wannitilaka, Dulanga Dhananji, Elilantini Setukavalar, and Nauchali Rajapaksha. The reserves would be Marisa Fernando, Surekha Gamage, and Gayatri Kaushalya.
Okay, children, now I'm going to play this video again. Please watch this video carefully.
The Netball Federation of Sri Lanka announced the 12-player squad for the 2019 Netball World Cup, which will be held in Liverpool, England from the 12th to the 21st of July. The squad was approved by the Minister of Sports, Hari Fernando. The Netball Federation of Sri Lanka has retained almost the same squad that were crowned the undisputed champions at the Asian Netball Championship in 2018, with the exception of one player. The only change being Deepika Darshini replacing Surekha Gamage. The team will be captained by Chaturangi Jayasuriya, who led Sri Lanka to the Asian Championship, with Tilaka Dasa as the head coach. Former Asian youth winning captain U.Nithrsana will act as the vice captain of the team. Nauchali Rajapaksha, Dulangi Wannitilaka, Dulanga Dhananji, and Elilantini Sethukavala will be making their Netball World Cup debuts. 2011 World Cup's best shooter, Tarjini Sivalingam, will be making a return to the big stage after missing out on the 2015 edition and will be hoping to replicate her form from 8 years ago. Darshika Vikrama, Hasita Mendes, Deepika Darshini, Gayanjali Amarwansa, and Tilini Wattegedara were all part of the team that participated in the 2015 World Cup. The Sri Lanka squad for the 2019 Netball World Cup: Chaturangi Jayasurya, Gayani Disanayaka, Tarjini Sivalingam, Darshika Vikrama, Tilini Wattegedara, Gayanjali Amarwansa, Hasita Mendes, Deepika Darshini, Dulangi Warnitilaka, Dulanga Dananji, Elilantini Sethukavala, and Nauchili Rajpaksha. The reserves would be Marisa Fernando, Sureka Gamage, and Gayatri Kaushalya.
Yes. Okay, back to the screen. Now children, you have watched a video which refers today's lesson. So, what are the ideas do you have on today's lesson? What the lesson would be? Yes, we are going to look at, or we are going to learn about about a sports or a game which is which is netball. Yes, in that video we have seen the game netball. So netball is a game or ball game or ball sport, maybe. Yes, sure, ball sports. On that video we have seen the players and their names. They are particularly for a country national team. Which country? They are our national team. So that is our Sri Lankan netball national team. Here we are going to study about them. In your lesson, in your book, you can watch that lesson in your book. So my dear children, here in my presentation, I have shared some photos which refers netball, but I have shared a video. You have watched or you have seen that video. It will useful more than these photos. So this is the ball which we use when we play the netball. Now I'm going to turn to next slide. Here we have some points for netball, right? Netball is a ball sport for two teams of 7 players. Yes, in each teams there will be 7 players, right? Each team has 7 players, and also it is called ball sport. So there are 2 teams in a one court. They play this game with 7 players, right? This is the first point, and you can see some images for netball. In your next slide, there also a point. Netball is played on a rectangular court with raised gold rings at each end. Yes. Here are some pictures for this point. The point is netball is played on a rectangular court. Yes, rectangular court. Here in the first picture you can see the court of netball, the blue one. So there are two netball courts. At the each of the end there are two gold rings, each end gold rings. In the first picture refers the gold rings, right? So netball is played on a rectangular court with raised gold rings at each end. Now the last point, each team attempts to score goals by passing a ball down the court and shooting it through its goal ring. Yes, this point already we know because we have seen the video. So how we know about how to play netball, passing ball and scoring. Yes, and scoring by shooting we can score. By passing we can get the chance to put the shooting. So that is the way, that's the way we play netball, right? Shooting, passing and scoring, right? Now in your next slide, yes, what we are going to study is players position. Yes, players position. Here you have a table with two columns. The first column refers the position name and the second column refers abbreviation. So my dear children, player's position. Here we have to learn player's position, right? So the positions names are goal shooter, goal attack, wing attack, center, wing defense, goalkeeper. For this position, there are some abbreviation. For goal shooter, GS. For goal attack, GA. For wing attack, WA. For center, C. Wing defense, WD. Goal defense, GD. Goalkeeper, GK. So these are the abbreviations for player's position, right? In your next slide, here is a picture which refers the position of netball players in the court. This is the court of netball game. Here you can see there are two teams, blue team and the red team. Now you can watch their position in the court. The GK and GS, W and WD, GA and GD, the center, and also the next in the next side, GA, GD, the same thing, WD, WA, and the GS and the GK. Right? This is the position of netball players in the court, netball court. Right? Now I turn to next slide. Yes. Now we are in our lesson, the conversation in your book. This is your lesson today. So, conversation. Here we are going to learn a conversation between Sonia and Varuni. Right? the conversation between Sonia and Varuni. Here, Sonia asked first, "What are you looking at?" She asked to Varuni, "What are you looking at?" So, Varuni says, "It's a picture of our netball team." You can see the picture on your book, right? And you have watched that particular picture on that video. So Varuni says, what is Varuni says? It is a picture of our netball team. Then Sonia, "Really? Netball is my favorite game." She says, "Netball is my favorite game." Look at the highlight word. Then Varuni says, "They are the 2018 Asian champions." They are the 2018 Asian champions. Then Sonia asks, "Who is that tall player behind?" Who's that tall player behind? Yes, Varuni says she is Darjini Sivalingam, the tallest one. Okay, you can see the picture, the tallest lady. She is Darjini Sivalingam, right? Who is it? Darjini Sivalingam. Sonia says she's very tall. Yes, she is very tallest one in that team. She is very tall, Sonia says. Then Varuni says she was the world's best shooter in 2011. She was the world's best shooter in 2011, Varuni says. And Sonia says it's our national team. Yes, it is our national team. This is the conversation in your book. So, my dear children, now we are going to read the conversation again without their names. No need to tell their names. What are you looking at? It's a picture of our netball team. Really? Netball is my favorite game. They are the 2018 Asian champions. Who is that tall player behind? She is Tarjini Sivalingam. She is very tall. She was the world's best shooter in 2011. It is our national team. So, here, my dear children, listen carefully. Now, I'm going to take part for Sonia and you are going to take part for Varuni. Okay, are you all ready to read? Yes, so I want to start first. What are you looking at? Really? Netball is my favorite game. Who is that tall player behind? She is very tall. It is our national team. Thank you, my dear children. Now, this is the time you to take part for Sonia, and this is the time to take part for me as Varuni. Okay, now you are gonna start first. It is a picture of our netball team. They are the 2018 Asian champions. She is Tarjini Sivalingam. She was the world's best shooter in 2011. Yes, very good. Now, I'm going to read the conversation all together. What are you looking at? It's a picture of our netball team. Really? Netball is my favorite game. They are the 2018 Asian champions. Who's that tall player behind? She's Tarjini Sivalingam. She's very tall. She was the world's best shooter in 2011. It is our national team. So this is the conversation we want to study here. And in your next slide, the vocabulary. We are going to look at the vocabulary. In your previous slide, there are some highlighted words with a green color: favorite, champions, player, best shooter, and national. These are the vocabulary in your next slide. So, what are the vocabs? Favorite, champions, national, player, shooter, best. Right? Again, favorite, champions, national, player, shooter, best. So, my dear children, do you wanna watch or do you wanna look at our sports, our national team? So please stay tuned. I will share the video again with you. Please stay tuned. Now, come to the point. We are in the vocabulary session. We have 6 words here. The first one, favorite, champions, national, player, shooter, best. Now, let's check the spelling, or let's say the spelling all together first, and in your the second chance will be for you to spell the word correctly. Now, the first word, favorite. 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 Try it again. Favorite. Yes, very good. The next word, champions. 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 Try it again. Champions. Very good. The next word is national. What's that? National. 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 Again, National. National. The next word, player. Say it again. Player. Yes. Shall we spell for player? Okay. Player. Player. Again. Player. Player. Now your next word is shooter. What's that? Shooter. 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 Try it again. Shooter. Shooter. Now the next word is best. What's that? Best. B-E-S-T. Best. Try it again. B-E-S-T. Best. Okay, my dear children, please repeat these words. Favorite, champions, national, player, shooter, best. Say it again. Yes, favorite, champions, national, player, shooter, best. These are the vocabulary in today's lesson. So, my dear children, lesson is compulsory, but the main thing is vocabulary. Here, by this lesson, you have to improve your vocabulary. So, you will be able to know or able to say these 6 words. Okay, and also you will be know about this particular words. For an example, favorite. Favorite means what? It is prefer or like. So there you will learn about that particular word. Their meaning or their spelling or their pronunciation. So my dear children, the vocabulary session is very important. So through the lesson, you will be able to enhance your vocabulary knowledge. Okay, it will be useful for your future or for your next stage in your life. Okay, this is my advice. In your next slide, the first vocabulary is favorite. A person or thing that is preferred to all others of the same kind or is specially well liked. So here you have to remember, only you have to remember the word prefer and like. Favorite means prefer or like. That's enough. You no need to read the you should read the sentence, the explanation, but you no need to memorize this explanation. Only you can understand the meaning. So for make easily for more easily, you have to remember, you can remember only these 2 words. What do you mean by the word favorite? It is prefer or like. That's enough. Right? Now, some example. I give this example from the conversation to make this vocabulary to learn easily. Then here's the example. Netball is my favorite game. Yes, Sonia says at that conversation. So netball is my favorite game, which is her prefer. So she prefer the netball or she likes the game netball. So this is the matter. So favorite means like or prefer by someone. Okay, right. Very simple now. Yes. The next word we have learned for vocabulary is champion. Yes, champion. We normally use this word in our sports meet. Yes, maybe you was a champion or you will be a champion. Here, a person who has surpassed all rivals in a sporting contest or other competition. So champion means who is the best one in the race or in a sport or in a game or sporting contest or other competition, who is the winner. Okay, who is the winner or who won the prize or who won the certificate, he or she will be called or she or he will be known as champions, right? For an example from the conversation, they are the 2018 Asian champions. Yes, now you all are clear. I think they are the 2018 Asian champions. Now The next word is national. What's that? National. Explanation for national is a citizen of a particular country. So national means citizen, right? National means citizen. We are Sri Lankan. This is our nationality, right? So the example for you from the conversation, it is our national team. Yes, national team. It is our national team, right? Now the next word, player. The next word is player, a person taking part in a sport or game. Yes, very simple. Player. Who is player? A person taking part in a sport or game. They are known as player. Very simple. From that conversation as an example, who is that tall player behind? Yes, who is that tall player behind? So player means a person taking part in a sport or game. Now the next word, shooter. What's that? Shooter. The main role of the goal shooter, GS, is to score by shooting the ball into the goal ring. The shooter, the tallest lady is the shooter in that team. So shooter means who um, who get the ball and put the shoot on the goal ring, into the goal ring. So she or he known as shooter in that particular game. Okay, right. For example, from the conversation, she was the world's best shooter in 2011. She was the world's best shooter in 2011. Right? Now the next word and the last word is best. Best. So no need more explanation for this word. Best. Excellent. Yes. Most excellent describable type or quality. Best means excellent. Wow. Excellent. So best means excellent. For an example for you from the conversation is she was the world's best shooter in 2011. So best means excellent. So we can change the sentence, she was the world's excellent shooter in 2011. Okay, simple way to understand the meaning of this word. Right, now my dear children, I think this is the time to do exercise. Yes, interesting. Now here are some questions I have given you here. My dear children, now if you want to write the questions in your notebook, you can pause the video and keep smiling and you can write the questions on your notebook. If you don't want to write the questions, you can write the only answer in your notebook. Okay. Without writing answer, please don't change to next slide to see the answers. Okay. I hope you will do better or best or excellent. Now my dear children, the first question is, what is your favorite sports? What is your favorite sports? With whom do you play? With whom do you play? Who is your favorite sports person? Who is your favorite sports person? Everyone should has a favorite sports person, right? What sports are there in your school? What sport are there in your school? And through the third question, we can guess our this term's essay. What would be that? Yes, favorite sports person. Okay, in your next class or next class, we will be learned about a favorite sports person. Okay, right. Your next question: what sport are there in your school? Right? And the next sentence, which sports do you participate in school sports meet? Which sports do you participate in school sports meet? Okay, this is your exercise. So you can pause the video and write the answers on your notebook. If you want to write the question, you can write. If you don't want, you can skip. Okay, now i'm going to turn the slide to the answers. Let's check the answers. Okay, shall we check the answers? Yes. Question: what is your favorite sports? My dear children, here I want to say I asked these questions to a grade 4 student. Right? In my school, I asked these questions a student. He is in grade 4. So maybe your answer may be same to him. So please check the answers. Okay, what is your favorite sports? He said, I asked him, what is your favorite sport? And he said to me, my favorite sports is football. He said, my favorite sport is football. And I asked the next question to him, with whom do you play? And he said, I play with my brother. He said, I play with my brother. Then I asked the next question to that student, who is your favorite sports person? And he said, my favorite sports person is Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, very youngest one. I love to him. My favorite sports person. He said, my favorite sports person is Cristiano Ronaldo. Right? And also the next question, what sports are there in your school? And he said, netball. He said more. Here I have listed his answer: netball, football, volleyball, high jump, long jump, badminton, race, sock toss, follow the leader, ball passing. Right? These are the games in his school. Now I asked him the next question, which sport do you participate in school sports meet? And he said, I participate in ball passing and race, because he is the primary student. He participates in ball passing and race. Okay. So my dear children, I think yes, we are in the last slide. Okay, these are the things I have prepared for you to today's lesson. This would be helpful to develop your speaking and writing skill. You can write an essay to the title, my favorite sports person. Right? Okay, I will be back with a new lesson soon. Till then, you take care and have a great day. Thank you.